Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris, and we are gathered here tonight / this afternoon for a little bit of hot seat head-to-head trivia. Let's go ahead. Let's meet our two contestants. We're going to start stateside. Ian, my friend, how you doing? What are you drinking?
Hey Chris, I am doing all right today. Been a good day. Went to not really a movie, but an opera at the movie theater. They occasionally do these things where they stream from the Met. So I saw the Magic Flute today. So I expect to see Magic Flute questions next season in Learned League. And today I'm drinking Mad River Distillers Straight Bourbon Whiskey, which sounds a bit like this.
Ooh.
And I hope you got that.
Oh, that came through loud and clear. The sad
Excellent.
part is that I heard that, and I'm like, I didn't even need the video. I knew what it was. All right. I have never had that whiskey, but I'm going to add that to the list. In Mad River?
Yeah. It's a local distillery up here.
Okay. I'll take that. Well, we went stateside. Let's head down under. I know you all hate that. I'm sorry. We're going to head across the U.S., across the Pacific Ocean, and take a left-hand turn to go south. Although if we're Mike Mount, we'd probably go north to get there. He's not even here to defend himself. Jane, my friend, how you doing? What are you drinking this afternoon?
Hey, Sunday afternoon. I'm very well, thank you. I've got a local Budrum ginger up the road from me. It's a Budrum ginger beer and spiced rum combo.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Don't know if that came through okay.
It
It
did.
did.
That sounds like a good summer beer. I'm not going to lie. A summer
Mm.
drink. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, it is like 34 degrees here at the moment, so excuse the background sound the fans might be transmitting. So
You said 34 degrees, and my American ass is going, man, that sounds cold.
yeah, I'm not able to do the conversion in my head, but it's definitely warm.
Oh, all right, my turn. It is not warm here. I've had a hoodie on for 3 days, which is perfect weather. I don't know if that pop came through at all. This is from the Angry Chair Brewing right here in Tampa, Florida. We had a friend of the show, one of our Patreon supporters, Alan Creasel, came into town recently to go to the 49ers game. So Will Eveland, another supporter of the show, and I met him up in Tampa to go have some craft beer and just kind of talk and get to know him a little bit better. This is a beer I picked up. I've never had it before. I didn't even have it while I was there. It is the Infinite Dunks. It's a cookie and cream stout, which sounds right up my alley. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Why does that taste like an Oreo? Oh, that's an Oreo beer. That is wonderful. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh wow, that's really, really good. All right, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Well, we're gonna get started with our pregame. Jane, being that this is your first time recording with us here on the Pub Trivia Experience, at least you get to choose. Do you want to go first or second in the pregame?
I'm gonna try second.
All right. Ian, you're gonna go first. Your pregame category is celebrities. We all know that most major movie stars have the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but some of the most iconic names do not. I'm going to give you the name of a celebrity. You just have to tell me, do they have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame or no? Ian, we're going to start with you. As a reminder, what I'll do when I put these together is I will get a list of 7 yeses and 7 nos, randomize them to pick out 10, so there may not be necessarily an even distribution, and then I alphabetize them to ensure randomness. Ian, you're going to get started. I alphabetize by first name. Your first name here is Al Pacino.
Okay. My first instinct is to say yes, and nothing against Mr. Pacino, but I think that he'd be willing to pay the like 40 grand that's necessary to pay for one of those. I'm gonna go yes.
Al Pacino does not.
Oh,
So if you remember, Al Pacino had that money issue where he took that role and was at Little Nicky with Adam Sandler just because he needed the cash. So no, he does
I
not
hadn't
have
heard
one.
that.
Jane, we're going over to you with question number 2. Your celebrity is the SNL legend Chevy Chase.
Well, I didn't know that they had to pay to have a star. Doesn't really help me here though. But I'm gonna say yes.
Chevy Chase is so vain. That song is definitely about him. That's a correct answer. All right, Ian, we're going to try and get you on the board with question number 3. Your celebrity, Denzel Washington.
Oh, he's gotta. Yes.
Denzel is all about the glory, but he does not have a star on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, come on.
Jane, number 4 goes to you. International superstar Jackie Chan.
Ooh, I feel like I know this and I've seen this and I want to say yes.
Jackie Chan 100% does. That is a correct answer. Ian, you get musician and actor Jamie Foxx.
It's got to break for me sometime. I'm going to go with yes.
All right, you're on the board. Yes is a correct answer. All right, Jane, question number 6. You're going to get America's sweetheart, Julia Roberts.
I'm going to say yes.
Julia Roberts does not.
Oh,
No. All right, Ian, heading over to you with question number 7. You get America's talk show host, Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, I would think so. She's got billions. The 40 grand or whatever in his pocket change to her. I'm going with yes.
Oh, Oprah does not.
Oh, come on.
These are only worth 1 point apiece. We're going to go
I
on, Jane.
know.
Head over to you. Number 8, you're going to stay international. You get Penelope Cruz.
it's a toss up. I'm going to look, she's obscure enough. I'm going to say yes.
Little vanilla pie in the sky action right there. That is a correct answer. Penelope Cruz does have a star on the Walk of Fame. All right, Ian, your last one. Question number 9. Your celebrity. You talking to me? Bobby De Niro. Call him Bobby like we're on a first name basis.
Yeah, yeah. I might as well go with this. It hasn't really done that well for me, but I'm gonna say yes.
No, Robert De Niro does not.
Come on.
Oh man, you were just not catching the breaks today. Jane, your last one. If Robert De Niro does not, does Robert Duvall?
Okay. So what I'm sensing here is that if I know who they are and I've seen their movies, they probably don't have one, with the exception of Jackie Chan. I'm going to say no, he doesn't.
Robert Duvall does. All right. Well, Jane, don't fret too much. Coming out of the pregame, you have a 3-1 lead, which means, Ian, we're going over to you. Do you want to go first or second in Hot Seat round 1?
I like even numbers better than odd, so I'll go second.
Jane, Ian's going to put all the pressure on you. I have got 15 minutes on the clock, a nonstop barrage of trivia questions and answers. And we're going to start with you, Jane. Your time will begin after I read your first question. Here we go. The answer is more than one, but within one either way, how many noses does a slug have?
7.
No, a slug has 4.
Oh,
Ian, Thimphu, Thimphu, is the capital city in what mountainous and small Asian country?
Bhutan.
Bhutan is a correct answer. Jane, within 3 years either way, in what year was the polio vaccine first widely available?
1957.
That is within 3. 55 is what we're looking for. Nicely done. Ian, Jeffrey Katzenberg was the founder of what short-form streaming services that targeted a younger demographic with episodes that were less than 10 minutes long that they called Quick Bites?
Quibi.
Quibi is correct. Jane, what sport is often nicknamed as the king of sports?
Boxing.
No, it'd be soccer.
Oh,
Ian, matching the team name from a Big 12 team, What is the school's mascot in High School Musical?
I have no idea. I've never seen it. Let's go with the Bulldogs.
Not a bad guess. The team we're looking for is the Kansas State Wildcats. Jane, within 3 years either way, in what year did Jennifer Aniston file for divorce from Brad Pitt?
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. 2004.
That is within 3. 2006 is what we're looking for. Ian, which short hairstyle was first popularized in the 1950s when Audrey Hepburn wore the style in her film debut, Roman Holiday?
Um, I've seen the film, but it's been a minute. Is this a pixie cut?
It is a pixie cut. Nicely done. Jane, which pop duo sang, quote, "I'll be there for you" for the theme song for the TV show Friends?
The Rembrandts?
The Rembrandt is correct. Ian, PG is slang for pregnant. It's also an MPAA movie rating suggesting guidance from what P group?
Parental guidance.
Parental guidance is correct. Jane, what animal is on the Levi's logo?
I've heard this recently, and I don't think I knew what it was then. I was surprised by it. But I'm just going to say a cow.
Not a bad guess. It's horse. Horse is what we're looking for. Ian, who was the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy?
This is presupposing that I know anyone who won the Heisman. Um, Refrigerator Perry. Why not?
The fridge is an unfortunate, not correct answer. This would be Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson's what we're looking for. Jane, which Las Vegas casino is famous for its elaborate dancing fountains?
Ooh, do, 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 do. I can see them. But I don't know. The
I've seen
Bellagio.
Ocean's 11 too.
Jane pulls it out. The Bellagio is a correct answer. Ian, which book in the New Testament includes a blessing for anyone who reads the words in the book?
Psalms?
No, New Testament would be Revelations. The book of Revelation.
Okay.
Jane, in Harry Potter, what water-dwelling mammal serves as Hermione's Patronus?
An otter.
An otter is correct. Ian, in 2008, George W. Bush ducked twice when an Iraqi journalist threw what at his head?
His shoes.
He threw his shoes. That is a correct answer. Jane, which TV series followed the exploits of the Clampett family?
That would be the Beverly Hillbillies.
The Beverly Hillbillies is correct. All right, Ian, by what name is the United States Bullion Depository more commonly known?
Fort Knox.
I think there's nothing there. I think it's much ado about nothing. I don't think that. I don't think at all. Jane, heading over to you. The Long Walk to Freedom is an autobiography by whom?
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela is correct. Ian, what social media platform was launched by Jack Dorsey, Noah Glass, Biz Stone, and Evan Williams in 2006?
Twitter.
Twitter is a correct answer. Jane, what was Madonna's first mainstream hit single in the United States?
I'll take a guess at Like a Virgin.
Unfortunately not. That song is called Holiday. Ian, the Disney classic The Princess and the Frog is set in what American city?
New Orleans.
New Orleans is correct. Oh, gumbo sounds good right now. Jane, what tool on your dashboard is used to measure the distance traveled in a car?
Tachometer.
No, the odometer.
Oh,
The odometer.
I knew it was one of the meters.
Ian, going over to you. What is the tallest building in the world?
Burj Khalifa.
The Burj Khalifa is correct. Jane, what singer-songwriter, real name Robert Allen Zimmerman, was born on May 24th, 1941?
David Bowie?
No, that'd be Bob
No,
Dylan.
Dylan.
Ian, what female was the first official cast member of Saturday Night Live?
Ooh. Oh, what's her name? Oh, I can picture her. Gene Wilder's wife. Ah, crap, I can't think of her name. So I'll go with another early female cast member and say Jane Curtin, but it's not right.
I always get these two confused because I always want to say Jane Curtin. It's Gilda Radner.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Jane, the infamous catchphrase, "What's that?" was originally used in a marketing campaign by what company?
Do, 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 do. I've heard this, but I don't know if I know it. Oh, Doritos.
Not a bad guess. That'd be the king of beers, ugh, Budweiser.
Ugh.
Exactly. That sums it up right there. Like, you guys don't drink Budweiser like we don't drink Foster's. It's just a bad example of what your country can do. All right. Ian, we're heading back to you. What is the fastest growing plant in the world?
Is it a bamboo?
Bamboo is correct. Jane, what species of whale is the loudest animal on Earth?
Thinking that is it the beluga?
It is not. It'd be the sperm whale.
Ah,
Ian, while it's well known that Harrison Ford played the title role in the movie, who played the fugitive on the original television show?
Oh, I was hoping you were going to go with Indiana Jones.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Fugitive. I've probably heard this at some point, but I don't know. Um, Tommy Lee Jones.
Unfortunately not. That'd be a gentleman by the name of David Jansen.
Oh, okay.
Jane, heading back over to you. Which U.S. president gave the famous "I'm not a crook" speech?
I'm gonna go Nixon.
Nixon is correct. Was I a little too on the nose there with the impression? Sorry. Ian, heading back over to you. Within one either way, how many U.S. states does the Appalachian Trail cross?
I'm gonna go with 13.
That is within one. It's 14. I believe it's Georgia to Maine, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
It is. It is. I've hiked a very small section of it when I hiked the long trail.
I think I did too. I was crossing the street to go from my park car to the bathroom. That counts, right?
Oh, kind of.
Right.
Yep.
There you go. Jane, going over to you. Bill Gates co-founded Microsoft with which of his childhood friends?
Yeah, I know the answer to this when I hear it, but I don't. Yep, I'm gonna pass.
It'd be a gentleman by the name of Paul Allen, who I'm assuming is a very rich man today. Ian, what is the name of the holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide, marking the end of Ramadan?
Are you looking for Eid?
Eid or Eid al-Fitr is correct.
Okay.
Jane, in one of the greatest upsets in sports history, which team defeated England 1-0 in the 1950 FIFA World Cup?
Soccer. 1951. Upset.
1950. If I said
1950.
51, I apologize.
I'm gonna go France.
Unfortunately not. It's an upset because the U.S. is terrible at soccer. U.S. is what we're looking for. Ian, heading back to you. A truce enacted at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year brought an end to combat in which war?
World War One.
World War I is correct. Jane, in December of 1950, Paula Ackerman becomes the first woman in the U.S. to serve in what religious position?
Ooh. Religious position. I don't really have an in on this one. I'm gonna go Attorney General.
No, religious position what we're looking for. She became the first female U.S. rabbi.
Yeah.
Ian, heading back over to you. E.M. Forster's first novel got its name from an Alexander Pope poem. What was the title of that novel?
Remains of the Day.
No, I believe this actually came up on Learned League either this season or last, where angels fear to tread.
Okay.
Jane, which singer was called, quote, the Empress of the Blues?
Oh, okay. I know it's in there somewhere. Eartha Kitt.
All right, Ian, this will be the last question of the round. Rob Frisbee and Brennan Swain were the first couple to win what reality television show?
I've got no clue. Survivor.
No, that'd be The Amazing Race.
Oh, okay.
And with that, Hot Seat round 1 is over. That means going into your halftime round, Ian, you're picking up 13. Jane, you're picking up 8. Ian, you have got a 14-11 lead. Are you ready for your halftime question? Doesn't
Yes.
matter. We're going to go over it anyway. Your halftime category is the UN. I want you to match the following countries to the year which they officially became members of the United Nations. I'm going to read your countries out alphabetically and then the years off in order. Alphabetically, your countries are Bangladesh, China, the Czech Republic, Portugal, and Switzerland. Your countries, one more time, were Bangladesh, China, the Czech Republic, Portugal, and Switzerland. The years you're going to match them to are 1945, 1955, 1974, 1993, and 2002. Those years, one more time: 1945, 1955, 1974, 1993, and 2002. Lock in when you're ready.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'll lock in.
All right. Let's go country by country through this. Actually, no, let's go by year. Let's start earliest and go latest by year. We're going to start with the year 1945. Jane, what country did you have associated with 1945?
I had Switzerland as 1945.
Ian,
I had Portugal.
1945, the founding year of the UN, was actually China.
Ooh,
Wow.
was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't either. That's why I included it. That doesn't seem to fit at all, given what happened in World War II. So,
Right?
all right. 1955. Ian.
For this, I have Switzerland. I figure they would have hung on to their, neutrality for a little bit and then said, okay, well, we'll take like a monitor status or something of that, like that with the UN. So 55 is Switzerland.
Jane.
And I went Portugal for 55.
1955 was Portugal. All right. Number 3, 1974. Jane.
1974, I had China.
Ian.
I had China as well due to Nixon.
1974 is actually Bangladesh,
Hmm.
which I believe is were they founded in 73? Am I right there? Right in that same time frame as soon as they became a country.
You got me.
I'm going to double check that right now, live on the air. 1971, they became their own country. They founded their constitution in 72, became a member in 74. All right. Next up, 1993. Ian, what'd you have?
I have the Czech Republic.
Jane.
I also had the Czech Republic with the coming down to the wall and all that.
Czech Republic is a correct answer. Nicely done to both of you.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well.
2002. I think we've both gotten the answer wrong here, but Jane, what'd you have?
2002, I had Bangladesh.
Ian?
Great minds think alike. I had Bangladesh as well.
So you had the right thinking with Switzerland there, holding on as long as they could. They didn't become a UN member until 2002. All right, those are worth 4 points each, which means Jane's going to pick up 8, Ian's going to pick up 4. We got a close ball game. It's currently 19-18. Jane's got a 1-point lead. Ian, back to you. First or second in hot seat round 2.
Second served me well last time. Let's go second again.
All right, Jane, your time is going to begin after I read your first question. Here we go. Jane, in the U.S., what is the name for the classification of a crime which is less serious than a felony? If you don't know, please consult Missy Elliott.
A misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor is a correct answer. Ian, who directed the Star Wars film The Empire Strikes Back?
Lucas?
No, Irvin Kershner did Empire.
Okay.
Jane, heading back to you. Name the sound-sensitive on-off device that was invented by the same company that invented the Chia Pet.
No idea. Audiotronic.
It'd be the clapper. Ian, in 1977, which New York Yankee baseball player hit 3 home runs to lead the team to a World Series victory?
Let's see. World Series knowledge from when I was 3.
Hey, I feel younger now. Awesome.
Yeah. You're welcome. Don Mattingly.
Unfortunately not. He got the nickname Mr. October in part because of this. Reggie Jackson we're looking for.
I actually have his rookie card.
That might be worth some money.
Yeah,
Jane.
it is.
Jane, within 2 years, name the year these events took place. The Iran blizzard caused roughly 4,000 deaths. The hacky sack was invented in Oregon. Chrysler started using an electronic ignition in its automobiles. So again, the Iran blizzard caused roughly 4,000 deaths. The hacky sack was invented in Oregon, and Chrysler started using the electronic ignition in automobiles.
Oh, I'm going to take a bit of a stab. Don't think electronic ignition's been around that long, which I may regret. So I'm going to go 1983.
Actually, before that, 72.
Iran
Ian.
had a blizzard?
Apparently.
Wow.
Ian, for many years, Victor Kame appeared in a commercial claiming, "I liked it so much I bought the company." What type of bathroom essential was the product?
Oh, damn it, I can hear the commercials too. Hair Club for Men?
No, there'd be a razor, specifically the Remington shaver.
That's it. Yep.
Jane, in what year did the Beatles first come to the U.S.? You got a 3-year gap either way, by the way.
I'm thinking 60s. I'm going to go 1963.
That is within 3. 64 is what we're looking for. Ian, who directed the 1974 film comedy Blazing Saddles?
If it wasn't Mel Brooks, I have no idea.
It 100% was Mel Brooks.
Okay.
Jane, within 3 years either way, name the year that the Salvation Army celebrated 100 years of existence.
Goodness. I'm going to go 1994.
No, I believe it traces itself back to around the Civil War. It'd be 1966. Ian, heading back over to you. Again, within 3 years either way, name the year that the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes debuted in 35 newspapers.
Calvin and Hobbes. 1988.
That is within 3. 85 is what we're looking for. Jane,
oh, cool.
What fashion fad was made popular by the 1983 film Flashdance?
Leg warmers.
Leg warmers is a correct answer. You'll get me some of those. I am getting a little chilly. It's like 65 degrees outside.
I love what you defined as chilly.
It's that Florida life, man. Anything below 70 is I need a hoodie. Ian.
It is 28 here, and that's not in Celsius.
Dude, you chose to live there.
I know.
Ian, what sizzling candy, introduced in a 1975 ad, ran a full-page ad reassuring parents that it did not make your stomach explode?
Sizzling candy? I didn't think nerds were that old, but I'm going with it.
No, not nerds. This would be Pop Rocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was getting that confused. All right.
Jane, also the name of an early 90s Guns N' Roses song. What 1973 film marked Roger Moore's debut as James Bond?
Okay. 3. Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die is a correct answer. Ian, in the fantasy sitcom I Dream of Jeannie, what is the occupation of Tony Nelson, the genie's master?
He is an astronaut.
He is an astronaut. Ran into Barbara Eden at a convention, didn't run into her. She was there signing. But she has 3 tables of genie bottles that she brings with her that you can buy and have her sign. And I'm not going to lie, thought about it because that's just dope. All right. Jane, heading over to you. Which film featured Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original and Colin Farrell in the remake?
Ooh. I'm trying to think of an Arnie movie that's been remade. I have no idea. I'm going to go Kindergarten Cop.
Not a bad guess. Earlier than that, not by, well, yeah, by a little bit. Total Recall is what we're looking for.
Oh.
Ian, heading over to you. Which actor plays the title character in the Robert Rodriguez films Machete and Machete Kills?
No idea. This is not my genre of film. Bruce Campbell. Why not?
Oh my God, I love to see Bruce Campbell as Machete. This would be Danny Trejo.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
All right, Jane, we're heading back over to you. In which film did George Lazenby appear as James Bond? His only time playing the character. It's 2 Bond questions for you in a row, or in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the Bond fan, I think, in this room.
I'm a bit of a Bond fan, but mainly the Connerys. Thunderball.
No, this would be the much maligned, but I think is a solid film. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Ian, who was the lead singer of the 80s band Culture Club?
Boy George.
Boy George is correct.
My mind went blank on that one for a second.
It happens. It happens. All right, Jane, heading back over to you. According to a recent survey, within 100, how many slices? Oh my God, this does not make us sound good. According to a recent survey, within 100 either way, how many slices of pizza does America eat per second?
Oh, okay, within
Oh.
100. That's a big number. I'm going to go with 25,600.
That's a lot of pizza. No, it's 375 slices a second.
It's a big country.
It is.
Ian, who was the first sitting U.S. president to appear on a late night talk show?
Late night talk show. I was just reading who the first president to be on SNL was. Late night talk show. I'll go Carter.
No, later than that, Barack Obama. Jane, which African country is home to the Gombe National Park, where Jane Goodall did her revolutionary study on chimpanzees?
Okay.
Gombe. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. Gombe?
I'm going to step away from my first thought and I'm going to go Uganda.
Not a bad guess. Tanzania, actually. Ian, which California Democrat became the first female Speaker of the House?
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi is a correct answer. Jane, Dean Kamen is a successful inventor who sold British businessman Jimmy Heselden one of his companies, and thus his invention in 2009. Heselden would die in 2010 while using it. What invention was it?
I don't think I know this one. Is this a family-friendly episode or?
I don't think anything we do here is family friendly, but it's a family friendly answer.
I don't have a family-friendly answer.
I want to know what your actual joke answer is now.
There's many and varied. I was thinking personal devices. but I'm assuming it's not one of those.
No, unfortunately not. I believe he rode it off of a cliff. It's a Segway.
That makes a lot more sense.
We know what you almost said.
Well, thanks for a ride. They're all the same, aren't they?
Jesus Christ. Okay, Ian.
Whew. Yeah.
Ian, a rupture in the tympanic membrane usually has a negative effect on which sense?
Hearing.
Hearing is a correct answer. Jane, still a PG show. Here's your question. Which British rock star made a cameo appearance in the movie The Wedding Singer?
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol is correct. Ian, what legendary singer had the nickname the chairman of the board?
Frank Sinatra.
Sinatra is correct. Jane, Face Mash was a website that allowed users to compare the attractiveness of two people side by side. Who created this website?
Ooh, Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg's a correct answer. Ian, blank is the only bird capable of flying backwards.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird is correct. If you watch the movie Deep Blue Sea, sharks can swim backwards, though. It's the only place you're going to see it. Jane, heading back over to you. What was the mystical sea beast described in the 17th century Scandinavian accounts that may have been inspired by the elusive giant squid?
Ooh, the Kraken.
Unleash the Kraken. That is correct. Ian, heading back over to you. Someone who declared his candidacy for elected office is said to be throwing their hat where?
Into the ring.
Into the ring is correct. Jane. In a nod to her Spice Girl nickname, Melanie Brown's 2010 reality series was subtitled what?
Sporty Spice.
No, Mel B was Scary Spice.
Oh,
The subtitle was called It's a Scary World.
world.
All right. Ian, which famous composer was born in 1771 in Berlin, Germany?
1771 in Berlin. Mozart died in 1791 in Vienna. Born in Salzburg. I don't know. Beethoven.
Beethoven is a correct answer.
Okay, cool.
Jane, in what decade was the Victorian novel Three Men in a Boat written?
1870s.
Oh, you're so close. 1880s.
Oh,
It was 1889. Our Ian, last question of the round. Which astronaut dropped a hammer and a feather on the moon to demonstrate that without air they fall at the same rate?
Don't think it was Armstrong. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up at this point. John Glenn.
Unfortunately not. A gentleman by the name of David Scott from Apollo 15.
Okay.
Well, Hot Seat Round 2 is over. All right, coming out of Hot Seat Round 2, Ian, you're picking up 10. Jane, you're picking up 7. Your scores right now, Ian, you have got a 28-26 lead as we go into our wager round. Here's how your wager round is going to go. I'm going to give you 3 categories. You can wager your points in any way, shape, or form you want, but you're going to do that based solely on the category names. If you get the question right, you'll get the points. If you get the question wrong, you'll lose the points. But there are a couple of rules. 1, you must wager whole numbers only. That also means there's no negative wagering. Mike, I'm looking at you for trying that. And 2, your total wager, the total combined points that you have, cannot exceed what you've currently accumulated. Are you ready for your wager round categories?
Yep.
Yep.
Your categories are world history, music, and dinosaurs. Rawr. Wagers are locked in. Let's get into the wager round questions. Question number 1, the category was world history. After a civil war broke out in 1983 that lasted until the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed in 2005, what African country finally gained its independence in 2011? This also made it the most recent country to join the United Nations when it did so later on that same year.
I think I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'll lock in.
All right, moving on to question number 2. Your category was music. The Cosmic Blues Band and the Full Tilt Boogie Band were backing bands for what musician during their brief solo career, which saw 5 of their singles hit the Billboard Hot 100, including their cover of a Chris Christopherson song. Sadly, they became a member of the tragic 27 Club following a heroin overdose.
I'm locked in with nothing. With crap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, locked in.
All right, moving on to question number 3. Your category was dinosaurs. Rawr. Getting its name from the ancient Greek for roof lizard, what dinosaur was featured in Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park, but was replaced in the movie by a triceratops? This dinosaur would get its visibility in the Spielberg-helmed sequel, The Lost World, where it would take a swing at Julianne Moore.
I'm locked in, I think, with something.
Yeah, I'll be locked in as soon as I finish spelling this long word. Why can't dinosaurs have shorter names? Okay.
All right. Well, it's time to go ahead and get ourselves a winner. Let's go question by question through this. Question number 1, your category was world history. After a civil war broke out in 1983 that lasted until the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed in 2005, which African country finally gained its independence in 2011? This also made it the most recent country to join the United Nations when it did so later on that same year. Jane, let's start with your answer and then your wager.
I really couldn't quite put this one together. I've gone the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and I bet 5.
Ian, your answer and your wager.
Oh man, the reason I'm laughing is, well, you'll see in a second here. So I was thinking Uganda because I think that was um Idi Amin and his whole business, but I eventually went with the DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo, and I bet 10.
Unfortunately, no correct answers. The civil war was between it and its country to the north. This would be South Sudan.
That was my first thought, and then I went away from that because I thought that was way later.
Mm.
Yep, yep, same here.
South Sudan's what we're looking for there. So that's going to bring Jane, with your wager, you're to 21. Ian, you're down to 18. Moving on to question number 2. The category was music. The Cosmic Blues Band and the Full Tilt Boogie Band were backing bands for what musician during their brief solo career, which saw 5 of their singles hit the Billboard Hot 100, including their cover of a Chris Christopherson song. Sadly, they became a member of the tragic 27 Club following a heroin overdose. Ian, your answer and your wager.
My answer is Amy Winehouse, and my wager was 2.
Jane, your answer and your wager.
I really like Ian's answer. I'd like to steal that one, but I stuck with the 27 Club. I was thinking it was an older. I didn't. Yeah, I was thinking that they came to a band after they tried to have a solo career, so I went with Kurt Cobain,
And what was your wager?
and that was 5 as well.
Unfortunately, neither one of you with a correct answer. This would be Janis Joplin.
That's what I was thinking at first. Damn it.
That
Okay.
is Janis Joplin. She did a cover version, I believe, of this Chris Christopherson song, Me and Bobby McGee,
She did.
which, if you
That's
haven't
amazing.
heard,
Yep.
is wonderful.
Oh, I've heard it. I just didn't think it was Christopherson.
We got a tie ball game here. It's 16-16. It all comes down to our final question in the category of dinosaurs. Rawr. Getting its name from the ancient Greek for roof lizard, what dinosaur was featured in Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park, but was replaced in the movie by a triceratops? This dinosaur would get its visibility. This dinosaur would get its visibility in the Steven Spielberg helmed sequel, The Lost World, where it would take a swing at Julianne Moore. Jane, your answer and your wager.
Well, I've come up with a better answer now, but I'll go with what I locked in with. So I went with an Apatosaurus. I just realise then perhaps it's an Ankylosaurus, and I bet 10.
Ian, your answer and your wager.
I went with a Brontosaurus and went for 5 points.
Have you guys seen The Lost World in a while?
No, never saw it.
So there's a scene, Julianne Moore is there as a photojournalist who's taking pictures, and she's dating Ian Malcolm, and she's taking a picture of a baby dinosaur when mommy and daddy come up. Mommy and daddy aren't happy, and they swing their spiked tail at her. This would be a Stegosaurus. With that, Jane, you're going to lose 10. Ian, you're going to lose 5, which means, Ian, you're going to be picking up an 11-6 victory tonight. Nicely done, my friend.
Good game.
Whew.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a good game. We are
Good.
pretty evenly matched.
Yes, you are. That was a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun tonight?
I had a ton
I did
of
have
fun.
a lot of fun.
I forget that I'm very not only East Coast centric, but very Eastern Coast of U.S. centric. But it's around 1:00 for you there now, Jane, right?
Yep. We've just gone 1:20.
There you go. Not too bad. Not too bad. But Ian, you're going to take the win tonight, which means, Jane, on Friday night, the revenge game will drop. Do you want to tell Ian what your revenge game topic is?
Well, my revenge topic is something very Australian centric. It is Bluey.
Oh. One of these days, I have to watch at least a single episode of that show. Damn it.
And I will tell you, Jane, I did not write your revenge game. Your revenge game was written by the master of the Calori Crash herself, Sarah Calori, with an assist from Brittany Shaw. So this should be fun. No Tim Dipple, actually. Tim did not have time to get in on this. But that game will drop exclusively on our Patreon feed. If you want to hear it along with all of our other bonus content, you want to be a supporter like Ian and Jane here, by all means, feel free to do so. That money goes right back into making the show better, working towards getting us a full-time editor for all of the content on the PTE network. That's the goal. You can do that at patreon.com/PTEBB. All right. Before we take off for the night, let's go ahead and let's give you all each one shot to give a shout out to any causes that you want to promote, anything that you have. Jane, we'll start with you.
My cause is always close to my heart. I'm a librarian, so go out and join your local library. It's free, and they have an amazing amount of resources and other things, especially when times are a bit hard. And just be kind to one another. You never know what someone else is going through.
I will 100% echo that for the simple fact that we are at the library every week with my daughter because, one, it's a free resource. A lot of free books. My daughter is at the age where she loves to pick up books, but our library also has what they call a seed library. So all these different vegetables and plants that are native to Florida, they have seeds of. So you can go ahead and get free seeds, plant them in your backyard. We're teaching our daughter about, circle of life and how to properly care for things. Not only that, they have museum passes. I can get into the museums in Tampa for free if I get the library pass for it. It's a wonderful resource. Ian, let's go over to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna repeat what I usually say, and that is volunteer in your community. I have a couple of volunteer positions in my town here. I'm the webmaster. I'm on the dog park committee. I've done stuff for both of those within the last 3 days, and all of it from home. So it's not like it doesn't have to be a huge time commitment or a lot of action and leaving the house and doing things. You can do a lot of things from home. Volunteer in your community.
I can't echo that enough. For someone that lives in an area that's been ravaged not by one but by 2 hurricanes in the last couple of months. Listen, there's a lot of resources that came around, but the best thing I saw was people helping people. We have a long way to go to get back to normal. There's my favorite restaurant on Clearwater Beach. It's still not reopened. Palm Pavilion is still closed. Frenchie's, though, is open. The area around St. Petersburg is really hit hard. And we're getting through it by helping each other. So by all means, help out in your local community. Even if you help out your non-local community, if you have the capacity, please do so. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I had a lot of fun bringing it to you. I think our contestants had a lot of fun playing. We'll see you all on Friday. Check the show notes for all of our social information. But you know what? For now, We're going to bid you adieu. Friday night, Bluey Trivia right here on the PTE Network's Patreon exclusive feed. Until then, have a good one.